Hello, everyone. My name is Teddy, and this is my first rendition of a series I'm going to be calling Awkward Spaces. Um, this is supposed to be a space where people can come. Well, I talk about things that are a little awkward to talk about in life. Some things that you may only talk to about with, like, say, a partner, or you have these feelings, these thoughts, these emotions, and you don't have a place to get it out, right? You don't have an outlet. I want people to come here and feel safe, and just talk about these things. Life is hard, especially as a young adult. You're figuring things out, and if I could be sort of a place where people can come and just listen and be vulnerable, I would love to. I'm gonna keep the first topic a little lighthearted, and so we're gonna be talking about actually why I decided to make this series, and it's just because I wanted to try it. You know, a lot of people um, a lot of people are afraid to try things, right? And it could be very mundane things like trying a new food, right? For me, like, I didn't like eggplant. Then I tried an eggplant cutlet and it was delicious. And if I never tried that thing, I wouldn't have discovered I like eggplant cutlet. That's very mundane. Now, on the deeper side of things, it could be like a dream, a passion. You have a crush on somebody, and for the sake of, like, yourself, you don't want to ruin a friendship because you don't know how they feel. Well, you don't know how they feel because you haven't tried to ask them yet. You don't know if that dream is possible if you don't try it, right? I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer that everything is possible. I'm a very optimistic guy. I think if you put your heart and your passion and your soul and you do things with intent and you do it properly, you ask the questions that need to be asked, you ask yourself the questions that need to be asked, and others, and you really understand what you're capable of, you can do it. Why not try it? um, and you're gonna get varied reactions. There's gonna be people, who you ask out, and they might just there's a bunch of different negative things that they could be doing and say about you, but there's a lot of positive, that they can say about you. And I think knowing is better than not knowing. I think regret is worse than not trying. I think living with a lot of regret just eats at the soul. It builds up a lot of, like, oh, I wish I did this. And you start bogging down on the idea that things aren't possible, when in reality, a lot of things are possible if you just try it. For me recently, this is one of the things I've been wanting to try. I have a deep love for music. I love music. Like, I'm going to be making music content as well besides this, but I love music to bits, and I've been neglecting it for so long because of circumstances in my life. And it wasn't only until there was, like, a big change in my life, a big shift in my life recently, that I realized, like, oh, I got to make a change. I got to try to pursue my passion. I really have to try and do it right. And it's brought me a lot of clarity. It's inspired me to try other things. There are certain things, you could have boundaries with, like, I don't want to try this, right? Because you've tried it before. I don't want to do this. That's not, like, right now. But eventually I'm, maybe up for it. And it's completely okay to feel like that, right? You have to try things at your own pace. But again, like I said, just try it, Just do it. Um, with that being said, I'm going to keep this first video pretty short. Um, there's going to obviously be longer videos when I get into more, maybe deeper or thought-provoking questions. I hate to say it like that, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and have a good night.